My name is Kathy Arcolano and I live in Thomasville, North Carolina. I decided to get these things started and done because number one, I have gotten estimates in the past and they were just outrageous. And then I saw your street sign and I was like, doesn't hurt to get another one. And I am tired of, for 5 years that I've lived in this house, been dealing with this. And the worst part was my front door because I could not get it locked without a major struggle, and I'm getting too old to do that. I chose Parahome homes because number one, when I called, they were friendly. They set up an appointment for the estimate right away. I didn't have to wait 2 weeks to get an estimate. They were willing to work with my work schedule, which is kind of funky. And they were very upfront, honest, and friendly. The workman that came out, Thomas, was very friendly. He told me exactly what he was going to do, what he was going to start with, see if it needed more work done. I had a very long day at work and he was very congenial and worked with me I told him, call me if you need me, because I was going to go lay down. But he was very nice, very willing to work with what he thought he was going to need. He was going to start with the easiest thing, which made sense to me. And then that wasn't quite good enough, so he moved on to the next thing. And he explained to me step by step what he was doing. And he was neat and courteous. He even swept up a mess on my floor that wasn't his. And, you know, it was just, he was very nice and very good and very speedy. He was nice and neat and clean. You know, some of the other people who came out, they had to take off their boots to walk in my house, and I'm not an overly picky person. I have a broom. I have a vacuum, you know. But he, you know, was very nice, very clean and upkept and very friendly. The biggest concern I had was if they were going to be able to work around my schedule, because I do work odd hours. I go in early, I come home later afternoon, and some of them weren't even only work till 5 o'clock. Well, when I get home at 4:30 in the afternoon, that's not going to work. You know, they were much more expensive. They didn't give me an hourly rate. They gave me one lump sum, and they were very expensive. And I'm on a budget. That was the biggest thing. The biggest thing was being able to work around my schedule. You know, and your guys, you know, you say they work till 6 o'clock. And yeah, some of the jobs are going to take longer than that, but you also said that you can work around things also. The biggest improvement in my life because of having this front door fixed is that I can have people come to my front door now. I do not have to ask them to come in through the garage. And that may not sound like a big deal, but to me it is. You know, or if someone rings the doorbell while I'm at home, I don't want to have to fight with it to get it open or closed when it's someone trying to sell me cable. It's just, you know, ridiculous. So I'm very glad to have that front door fixed. I would definitely recommend you to my friends and neighbors. Actually, I already did tell one person about you, and they were so happy for me because they know that I've been fighting that door for 5 years. You know?
Sure.
And, you know, you did exactly what you told me you would do. And I'll be honest, the price was less than the quote, which also makes me happy. when they gave me a quote, it was for what I thought was a very fair price, and then it ended up being less because Thomas was very efficient. He used less time than the quote was for, and that is how my price was less than my quote. The quote was overly generous with how much time he was going to need, and he did it so efficiently. He knew exactly what he was going to do, and like I said before, he explained to me step by step what he was going to do, which I also like. If someone was, and some of my friends are, waiting to be getting things done around their homes, I will tell you, I used Parahomes, and they came out when they were supposed to, in a timely manner, and did it efficiently, and I've already scheduled my next project.